gotta come on this some Jay-Z stuff. My can of P, my stamina to be enough to stand in the Anderson Lee, MTV, Jam of the Week, that kind of thing. You hit on that beat.
Yeah.
Time-ish.
Yeah, for real. Oh man, are we live?
Yeah, we're live now.
Dude.
All right, all right.
I feel like the people are wondering what's going on though, because there's a bunch of empty screens.
No, I'm
Yo,
here
that's
for a
true.
second. I'm here. I'm out here.
Because all three of us had our cameras off.
Just listen to my voice.
I'm just blowing foam. That's all. You know what I mean? Chilling.
That annoying
Oh,
technology.
Hold on, I'll turn mine on in a sec.
What's
yeah,
up, kids? What's up, folks? What's up, peoples of Earth? Oh, we already got people jumping in. I see people on the Mixler. I see people are on Facebook. I see people on Twitch. Okay. Y'all like when we're prompt and on time. We apologize for that. I've actually been getting messages from people being like, "Hey man, y'all starting late," and I'm just like, and the fact that people notice we start late is because they're actually paying attention, and I'm always just like, "Oh, okay, now I guess
Fantastic.
I guess we have to actually
more of that, please."
Yeah. We definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Yo, my shirt today is dedicated to Will. Hey, Willard. I got you, bro.
Oh my God.
I got you, brother.
Wait,
whoever's on the live stream.
Did you say
you went and bought one?
Did you say Willard?
Yeah, that's his name.
It's not William?
No, it's
No, it's Willard, bro.
I never knew. I mean, I've only ever called him Will Smith. Who's calling this man Willard Smith?
Tobi?
Toby's frozen.
Tobi definitely is.
He did say I should probably restart because I feel like I'm frozen. And then we told him, "Nah, we're going live."
Am I gone or am I back?
No, you're back now. But it was
okay. I just turned my video off. I think my video is the problem right now.
Oh, sorry, ladies. You won't be able to see.
So I got to be like the school one.
Maybe I should have restarted.
Yeah, because don't leave me alone.
I just wanted to show my my Willard shirt. I bought a couple. They're a little big though. Like they're large. Man, it's American large is the next level.
Yeah. American sizes are all of us. Wait, are you guys all
crazy.
for real going to be gone for a while? Because you keep going in and out.
Who, me?
No, your cameras. Y'all keep turning them off. I don't want people to just see me by myself with two big empty screens. I'll switch
I'm here. I'm here.
No,
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, okay. No, because his camera keeps cutting out.
Oh, it does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there an issue with the hangs today or something?
I don't know.
Maybe because I'm fully here. I'm not cutting. I'm right here.
Yeah, like there's no cutting out on my side either. Like
shit. Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it's the hangs. Hopefully nothing worse.
Come on, hangs. Keep it together. You sick bastard.
Okay, so I want to kind of.
You want to kind of what? Oh, we lost Tobi, man.
Yeah.
We lost Tobi for real now. For real.
I think we did. For real. Oh, well.
Well. Tobi, it was an honor serving with you in the podcast army.
It was.
Okay, I'll be back. Let me restart.
Okay.
All right.
To those of you who are wondering what's going on, we are in the midst of technical difficulties with regards to the stream, but whatever. We're just going to continue doing the show. And if you guys are just seeing the Geektastic logo right now, it's because I just switched it for a moment so that we can kind of reframe things so that people can see just me and
so
Skinny.
They can't see me right now?
No, they can. I brought it back.
Okay.
Well, first things first, because I right off the top, I just found this out maybe half an hour ago. Malik B, one of the founding members of the Roots, passed away at the age of 47.
Has to do with the cigar all the time, though, right?
No. That was a bass player. Yeah. No. Malik B was one of the rappers.
Oh, one of the rappers?
Yeah, but one of the founding members. I don't think he was still in the group.
Okay.
But yeah, he passed away at age 47. They didn't state the cause of death yet, but it's a pretty hard day, man. Also rough because Biz Marquis has been hospitalized. He's been in the hospital for some time now, a couple days, maybe a week, I think. So that's pretty unfortunate too. Hip hop is getting older, which is one of the things that I think we start to realize when we start to see the people in the culture passing away. I mean, 47's young, so I won't say that that's necessarily from old age, but Biz is older, maybe has health complication. I don't think it's stuff like that. So that it you can see it. It's kind of crazy that like the culture is older. Like I remember when I was at CMJ in New York one year, I got to meet some of the guys from whatchamacallit, Grandmaster Flat, not Grandmaster. I got to meet Melly Mel. Yeah, Furious 5. Yeah, I got to meet some of those guys, and those guys, and I was just like in my head, oh, this dude's older. Like I didn't say it, but like the uncles in them who be dressing in zoot suits and vests.
Yeah.
Like he showed up like that.
Wow.
Like he looked like a cat daddy. Like they say the cat daddies.
Cat daddy. Yeah.
So he looked like a cat daddy without the coat. He just had like a vest and like a matching outfit, and I was just like, okay, and no shade, no disrespect or anything. It was just kind of this moment of like, oh, this dude's older, because like no one in hip hop culture is dressing like that right now. So you see him and you're just like, okay, homeboy's older. That's fine. That's fine. But it's just and that was maybe 8 years ago.
Right.
So when I think about that, and I think about hip hop culture, like one of the OGs 8 years ago was already appearing much older to me, and then I see someone now, and I'm just like, okay, homeboy is quite a bit older. So,
Cats is getting old, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. And hip hop is like, I don't even know, man. Where is hip hop going now?
What do you mean?
Who do you think is the next generation for hip hop?
I'm not even thinking about that, because the way I see it, the next generation of hip hop is none of our business.
Oh, interesting. I mean, none of our business in the sense of none of our business as in guiding them, because we should still help guide them.
Why? Not even that. Like, to be honest, the ones who have to guide them are the ones who are like way after us. Keep in mind, like J. Cole's an OG now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Kendrick's an OG now, right?
Yeah.
And them kids are younger than us.
Jesus.
Drake is 30. I'm 35. So
yeah.
None of our business.
Yeah, but
That's deep.
did our generation give enough wisdom to the Coles and the Drakes and the Kendricks?
300%. That's why they exist.
Okay.
We did our part. We're good.
I'm worried though.
We just got to make sure that we don't turn out to be like Lord Finesse and like all the other angry people. And then we're cool. Other than that, in terms of influence on the culture, influence on the culture, yes, but guiding it, yes, to a certain point. But in terms of like wholeheartedly having our foot and body and no, it's not for us now.
Okay.
We can make our own thing. We could do a derivative of hip hop, but it ain't for us.
Oh, Toby's back again. Toby, you keep leaving and coming back in. Everything.
Here. He clear.
Is the setup still okay on Facebook?
Yeah, you're at the bottom.
It worked.
All right, cool. Started from the bottom.
Lord.
All right. Yeah, sorry. Who passed away? I kind of missed that.
Malik B, one of the founding members of the Roots.
Oh.
Yeah, he was one of the rappers that rapped with Black Thought.
How do you pass?
They haven't given a reason yet. He was 47. Which
That's
is
young.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty young to pass away. And then that led us into the conversation where I was asking like, what's the next generation of hip hop supposed to look like? Because you have people like Logic saying he's retiring. You have people, and then
Logic should retire.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I'm of the mindset, and when it comes to hip hop, that like, what does retirement mean? You're not gonna make
retirement is like things aren't working out right now. People are not liking what I'm pushing out right now. Maybe if I take a little step away, semi-retire,
exactly.
I might get inspired 5 years from now and drop something out of the blue, and they might be excited to hear it.
Every rapper thinks they're Jordan. They all retire and come back, and then we're like, okay.
I've heard this so much.
Yeah.
Except for the two guys, they don't actually need to retire, because check Macklemore. He just dipped.
Yeah.
Did he dip, or did we stop checking for him?
Bro, what do you mean? He did his 1-2 albums. Well, no, not 1-2 albums. He did the underground stuff. Then he did his big one. With I'm gonna say, please don't. It's not Sweatshop. It's, song.
I think Macklemore is still making music. We're just not hearing about it.
Oh man, I'm telling you, he had a baby around that second album, and he dipped. I don't think he dipped, but like I haven't heard anything.
I just googled Macklemore. Second question people ask is Macklemore alive?
Oh man,
that's what I'm saying. My nigga got his million in dip.
That's so funny.
That's
I used to hate
hilarious.
on Macklemore, but his timing was perfect. Come in, do your thing,
Beat
uplift
out
everybody.
Kendrick, piss off
possible.
everybody.
Yeah.
That was pretty
I
crazy.
didn't know he had 4 albums though.
What?
When? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
What's the
Well,
third?
yeah.
When did the third and fourth come out?
So since 2000, he's had 1 mixtape, 3 EPs, and 4 albums.
Right, but then
We only know about the last 2 because that's when he got his thrift shop hit.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I thought
So
you meant
he
he had
did.
2 albums after the ones we know about. Okay.
Oh, actually, I might be lying. Hold on. Let's see his discography. So that album with thrift shop. I don't even know what the hell
I'm not
that
gonna
one's
hate on
called.
anyone who makes their money and bounces though,
Yeah.
because all you have to lose is like go out on top. Like why risk losing more or hindering your image or hurting your image in whatever way?
And he kept trying to do the thing with that same producer, and let's be honest, that guy kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, man, Ryan Lewis kind of sucked.
Yeesh.
Ryan Lewis.
I won't necessarily say he sucked. I'll say he's not creative.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like thrift shop was. Did he create thrift shop?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
That was probably his most creative beat.
He got lucky with that horn sample. He didn't make that.
Oh, of course not. But that one, that in itself, I'll give to him. But yeah,
You
you're
know
right.
what
I
you
didn't really
find?
like
That
the.
is so funny. He got lucky with that horn sample. He
No,
didn't
but
make that.
every producer knows that. When you find that one sample, you think to yourself like, "Oh shit!" Like
This is the one.
Yeah, you know. You just got
That's
to find the
crazy.
right artist, because otherwise,
That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, that's one of those things where you never know exactly what's gonna hit. I mean, you know the beat's solid, but again, like you said, you have to find that exact rapper that will fit on that exact beat and release it at that exact time. Because you could have had that
There's
song.
an equation.
Yeah, it's like the work, the person, and the time. And if you can get those 3 check marks in a row, you might make some serious bank. There's no shame in being a one-hit wonder, because I'd rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder. Like I never made anything.
Royalty wonder.
Yeah, true. Facts.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then whenever someone turns around and samples that song, because you know how it is, people will end up sampling the song itself. He sampled someone, then that song will get sampled. He's gonna make even more money.
Yo, so my boy Sean Miller, I'm sure we all know him.
Oh yeah, Sean. Shout out to Sean.
So he put up a quote from Best of Me Part 2 yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's a great sample idea, because I was thinking of revisiting that, not only realizing that it's basically Make Music With Your Mouth, Biz, which is a Biz Marquee song. It's like Trackmasters basically just chopped up that beat and made it Best of Me Part 2.
Oh
Like,
damn.
everything from the piano to like the drums to the
All sampled.
everything, all of the samples. So it's like, if I was to kind of do an ode to it and reinterpret it, I would have to like go back to the Biz Marquee one and not the Trackmasters version naturally.
Yeah.
But it's just funny how that happens.
There was, what song was it that I remember looking up? I found it was like 5 generations of samples and influences. I know Method Man is in the equation, and I know Michael Jackson are in the equation. It's like this song inspired this song and samples this, which samples this, which samples this, which led to Method Man doing this song. And I was like, and I remember looking at it and being like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's true, man.
And it's so crazy when you see stuff like that.
Yep.
This is why I don't like when people say like rap has changed or it's different. I'm like, yeah, it's always done that.
Yeah.
It's always changed and grabbed from different things and become something else. And there's so many different like subgenres under rap itself that I appreciate the new sounds. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. And I don't think we should be knocking anyone for the sound that's now. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, except for mumble rap. Yeah. I couldn't get past that. I'm sorry.
But they weren't
You're right.
mumbling. That's the thing. But I get it.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you may not like it, but I kind of appreciate it's moved away from mumble rap.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of had a little phase where people just melodically hummed something.
Yeah.
And if we're being really honest, This Is America is a mumble rap song.
It's on a type beat.
No, like, yes, it's on a tight beat, but just the way he's saying like This Is America, you hear that clearly, but don't catch you slipping like that's mumble. That ain't words. That's not
Yeah, but I think there's an extremes to mumble. There's extremes to mumble.
Right. It was an ode to mumbling, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would believe it. He's from Atlanta. He loves all that kind of music. So
True.
yeah.
Real
Actually, speaking of retired, is he retired? I saw Lee J mention something about he retired his moniker, his Childish Gambino moniker.
I think
He's
he
always
did
gonna make
retire
music.
it. Didn't he say he was going to retire it?
He shouldn't. In my opinion.
But again, like we were saying, when it comes to this whole retirement thing, what does that actually mean, right? Like that's the other part of it. Like you say you're retiring it, but that just means you're going to shelve it while you're figuring out what your next move is all it is.
Yeah. Okay, so 2017, he actually announced it at a festival, Governor's Ball.
Oh, yeah, but he's been releasing music under the name still since.
Has he? The last songs were under Childish? I don't remember.
He's released
the last album that was 4 songs with the Redbone. That was his
in
last
March,
album, quote unquote.
I think his last album was this year, no? Like March, February or something?
Oh yeah, so I didn't even listen to that. I'm so behind.
Yeah, he just did a not an album, but he just released tracks.
Yeah, and I think it's Donald Glover. I think it was released under Donald Glover, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my bad. Okay, that's different then.
Donald Glover presents.
He was rapping more, and now under Donald, he's just singing all soulful and stuff.
Hey, that's cool, man. Well, he always was kind of singing.
Yo, real quick before I forget, because I was so bad at following along with the live comments, I think last week. Shout outs to Mark, shout outs to Lee J, shout outs to no one else wrote hi, but I see other people are watching.
Devin's there.
Oh, shout outs to Devin. Shout outs to all you guys who are tuned in on the weekly. We appreciate you guys. Devin and crew are going to be on the show next week. We're going to be doing a conversation with the boys from Geek Con here in Montreal. So make sure you guys tune in for that next week as well. But yeah, we wanted to touch on 2 things real quick. Since we're already talking about hip hop, let's recap for the culture: DMX versus Snoop.
Okay. This is what I said I wanted to start with before I got all disconnected earlier.
Yeah.
I take it back. What I said was it's unfair. I think we all went in with the whole it's unfair. You know, both of them are kind of different lanes.
Yeah.
One has a bigger catalog. I don't see how long DMX can last. And it turned out the whole thing wasn't even about that. Right?
Yeah.
We were reminded of DMX's greatest hits.
Yes.
Knowing that Snoop's were greater, but the energy, the positivity, their friendship, which was apparent in this, like made the whole live stream the best. Like I was so happy I saw this live.
Is this your first one?
This is the first one I've watched live.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot. I definitely noticed the difference since then. It was their first Apple one.
Yeah.
So I know it was more get along gang. It was nice.
But you didn't think their friendship was genuine?
No, the friendship is for sure genuine, but it was more very much like get along gangy versus like, I mean, Jada and Fab are friends. They did a mixtape together, but there was some clear comp in that versus this.
Friendly competition?
Yeah.
I think it's just the attitude of these are aging veterans out of the game, you know? It's a little different, probably approach to Jada and Fab, who still feel like they have a leg in the game like that.
Yeah, you can be right. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think that is still an important thing. If you're watching the verses where people who are still actively making music, you get that sense of like, this is an opportunity for me to get my streams up, to get people to check out my new album that's coming out, to get people.
Exactly.
Whereas like with Snoop and DMX, they don't care about that stuff right now. I mean,
it's nostalgia. It's listen to my catalog, and it's like a tribute.
Yeah.
To both their history and rap and what they've contributed.
Yeah. I mean, this goes to what when I had the conversation with Jai Nitai Lotus about Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, him and I were talking about who do you think will win, and Jai was just like, no one wins in this. The culture wins. Like, it's a matter of taste at that point. And this is another thing. With DMX and Snoop, I would say it's a matter of taste, but even then, they're so different, which is what we said from the get-go, that it's not even a matter of taste, because you either liked the East Coast style of DMX with the like, what do you think? Like, that kind of like aggressive versus Snoop, who is very much the laid back, toke.
I knew Snoop was smooth, but this whole thing reminded me just how fucking smooth.
Yeah, man.
Is, bro.
So that was
it's crazy.
From the beginning, that one was going to be about taste versus you know, So I mean,
and I wasn't a big X fan growing up. By the way, I listened to his music. I obviously
X.
know the biggest hits, the biggest songs, and those. You know, I know the songs. I know rap, but I wasn't. He wasn't like on my list of top artists at the time. But just participating in this and listening to the songs he played, it just brings you back to your feeling. And like, I remember when Up in Here was, you know, playing on Much Music.
Party Up.
I remember the first time I saw it. I was on my way out the door going to a friend's place, and it was like the premiere of the song, and I stayed in the house to watch the premiere of the video. You know,
that's hilarious.
There's just that's why I said it's more of a tribute, right? There's a moment in history. These guys' music at the time, they're like, music now is so forgettable, I find.
Yeah.
Whereas the music from when we grew up, and again, I'm speaking from a guy in his mid 30s. A kid in his 20s will probably still remember, like I was joking around last time, like Little Yachty's first song or something, because that's the one that marked their time, right? So for us, it was more for that. And the culture does win because we got some backstory into like somehow some songs came to be when he explained the Get At Me Dog song,
yeah, that was dope.
You know? Yeah, I just thought for that, and they were laughing, having a good time. DMX obviously made a sequel to Belly while he was away. His stomach was anyway.
I was like, wait, what? Man, yo, that was rough. I mean, I'm happy that people did people made their little jokes for a minute, but people didn't stay on it. You know how usually the internet
no, it was quick.
You could tell that people respect DMX enough to be like, either they respect him or fear him enough. Because there's a moment of like, oh, I'll make that joke about DMX, but then at the end of the day, you're like, but if I ever bumped into DMX, he gonna fuck my ass up. So maybe I won't go too far with this joke. Real quick,
no, exactly.
Jay Grizz wanted to mention mumble rap is old. Chief Keef, he literally mumbled on tracks. It's not about the beats.
Yes.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I have nothing to say about mumble rap because I stopped listening. Hell, I even left the radio station when mumble rap was blowing up. So I'm not the right person.
That's why you're all Stone's Throw.
Yo, I fucking love Stone's Throw.
I know. That's how I categorize you. You're the Mad Lib guy.
Yo, any day, all day.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's amazing.
Nothing wrong with that. But you're that's your lane, which is way better to me than like straight underground. I hate everything that might have been a pop song, maybe.
Yeah.
Them types bother me.
Yeah, no, I was never like that. I remember when I worked at the radio station, people always thought that I hated pop music because I would always tell them like, hey, you can't play pop top 40 on the radio station. And I would have to explain to them, like, we're a college radio station. It's not even that. It's not like we can't. It's legally we're not allowed to. That too. But at a certain point, if you play too much, they can slap you with, like, restrictions because you're college radio. So you're not allowed to. Like, there's this whole conversation about. Anyways, it's really long. But there's a conversation about your ability to play commercial music and not have to rely on ad revenue versus someone who needs to play commercial music and needs to pull in ad revenue, and why they get to do that and how it's an unfair advantage for you who doesn't need the ad revenue to be able to play the same music and compete directly against them. So, because then you can undercut people.
Also, man, I'd rather play different kind of music, so
exactly
kind of music gets more popular anyway.
Yeah. And that's
redefine popular music.
That's a whole, my God, that is a whole other conversation. I've been working 100%. On something for work where I'm supposed to be identifying pop music right now. Like, I have a list of 500 songs that they've asked me to re-tag in groups for like what's considered pop. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, everything here is pop. It's just that some of it's Latin pop and some of it's Celtic pop. And so I'm like looking at it, trying to figure out, well, what exactly. So then I'm supposed to be subcategorizing it as like pop rock versus Celtic classic adult contemporary pop. And I'm like, this thing's driving me nuts, man, trying to figure out. I'm like, it's all pop. Let's just put it all in pop. Who cares? Anyways.
It's true. That's tough.
Yeah, pop.
What does it make it easier to find music when you have all these subgenres?
I don't think so, because one of the things, I have a homie at work that him and I always have these conversations about genres, and he regularly says like genre as a concept needs to like get squashed. we have such weird ideas attached to genres. You know, urban, for example, is one of the worst. I mean, they're doing away with it
don't
finally.
Even get me started.
Yeah.
Let's go past urban.
But then the next one that they should get rid of that I think is international, because international is usually what they classify, or like world beat is what they classify as black music that's not from, like, it's urban music that's not from the States. Because, for example, I was working on something, Rammstein, which is a German rock group, right, that sings in German,
right,
is not listed as international. But Bob Marley, who sings in patois, which is a form of broken English, I was told to mark as international.
Really?
And I didn't understand why, because reggae is considered international music, but metal is not considered international music. Even though,
even though American artists sometimes make reggae tracks.
Not even just that, the Caribbean is part of the Americas. It's part of
on top of it.
On top of that, you know? So I'm like looking at this and I'm trying to understand. I was just like, I'm not trying to argue with my colleague, because my colleague has been working in the industry longer than me and is telling me to just follow industry standards. So I'm not mad at them, but it's just the industry standards seems weird to me. Like, why is Rammstein, who is in German rock music, singing German, being classified as metal but not international? But I'm putting Bob Marley as international, and Bob Marley lived just down the way from us in geographically.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
that's
yeah.
I mean, obviously the conversation can go a little deeper.
Yeah. That's why but that's what I would, you know, and again, I'm not mad at my colleague. It's not like that they weren't doing anything negative. It's just it was such an interesting thing, and I at first I was actually really annoyed with it, because I was just like, man, international just means black people that aren't in the States. And I was like getting annoyed. But then I realized, like, I'm not going to take it out on them. This is very much just what the system is. And hopefully we will one day see it change. But yeah.
One of many systems that needs to change.
Yeah.
I've always had an issue with people categorizing music, period. You know what? We should never have ever gotten to that point. It should just be like, this person made music.
Yeah.
Go listen to it.
Yeah, but they did that back in the day when they had to categorize it between white and black music.
Of course. It all started. Everything has a negative root.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of negative roots, DCAU, stop fucking shit up and bringing back the same damn stories over and over. You're pissing me off.
Did you guys watch the trailer?
Your own adventure, Encyclopedia Brown bullshit.
Yo, thank you.
Did you guys watch the trailer though?
I watched the trailer. The trailer looks dope, but we've seen this exact story already.
Yeah.
You know what really pisses me off? They combined two things. They combined a story that they've already told in the DCAU animated style or whatever, under the Red Hood, and they're combining it with the same style of the original comic that The Death of Jason Todd is based on, in which people had to call in to decide if he lives or dies. They merged those two together to do the exact same story third time.
That's why I posted, and when I sent you guys this, I sent you that dialogue between the fans and DC.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the same thing. The fans are going to be asked to kill Jason Todd or save him, and we're all going to say kill him.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Because
I think the Red Robin footage is like the only stuff that's kind of new.
Yes, which upset me though.
It is.
It upset me because Red Robin is Tim Drake's Robin evolution. Because each Robin had a Robin evolution. Dick Grayson turns into Nightwing. Jason Todd turns into Red Hood. And Tim Drake turns into Red Robin.
Yeah.
They each have their own.
They're giving this to Jason.
That's what it looks like, and I don't like that. Why are you guys?
I don't think they're giving it to Jason. I think so much Jason's going to be Robin, but they're going to show Red Robin when Jason comes back as like the beginning of him being Red Hood.
They did a terrible job in the trailer then, because it doesn't look that way.
I don't think they want to give it all away, but
from
my understanding, when Jason Todd was just coming back as Red Hood, Tim had already ascended into Red Robin at that point, I think.
That's cool. If that's what they're doing, I'm fine with it. As long as you don't erase Tim Drake. Because Tim Drake, even Batman has said Tim Drake is, out of all of the Robins, the best detective he's ever had as a partner.
Sure.
And you know, like Nightwing was the most athletic and the most physical. Jason Todd was the most aggressive. He had the rage. Tim Drake. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, no.
I was just repeating. Tim Drake has always been the best detective. Tim Drake's the one that Batman respected because he figured out that Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Yeah. Damien
quickly too, no?
Yeah, he figured it out pretty quickly. Sorry, man. You were saying?
Damien just had no choice.
Yeah. I mean, Damien is also probably the best trained. He's the one that comes in the best trained. Batman didn't have to do anything. It's just like, oh, you've been trained by the League of Assassins. I don't have to teach you shit. Like, I just need to control that rage because you're similar to Jason Todd, but you have the actual training to be a very dangerous weapon in the streets.
AKA sense. He has sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the rest of the DCAU, like this next phase, will be in this interactive format? Just because, so look, they're rehashing old stories yet again, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is how they think they need to make it different in this age versus telling whole new stories?
But who is this for?
This is a cheaper way.
Who is this for, though?
Yep, true.
It's not for us, obviously.
You know what? Oh, you know one thing, though. The major advantage to this is what they're doing here is people are going to watch to get every single version of the story.
Yep.
So people are gonna like watch it through where you pick the A option the whole way through. Then they're gonna watch it where you pick the B option the whole way through. Then
Bandersnatch all over again.
Yeah, and then they're gonna do the one where you pick what you actually want, and then so you can have 150 different endings, and people are gonna do that the whole way through. But that to me seems like a really cheap way. That's like, you know what that is? That's like a website that has a carousel. You know when you get to a website and they have the article, but they don't reveal the full article to you. There's two versions. There's like at the top, click the next page to see the next part of the article. Or you could actually scroll down. There's a specific site I'm thinking of, but I'm not going to throw salt. They know.
You've already.
Yep. Yeah.
Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But like that is such a cheap way to get clicks, and that's the same thing. This is a cheap way to get people to boost your viewer numbers. Like
this is going to be on the DC.
Yeah, I would imagine. DC Universe. Okay. DC Universe, yeah.
So if they're even going to go this route, because to me it's a little confusing as to like how you continue, like how you add the rest of the DC Universe into this format.
I'm guessing I'm guessing this is not going to connect to anything because I agree with you.
Or if that's what I'm saying, or if it does, then if it's on the app, they actually have data as to how many people pick a certain ending.
Interesting.
And then take that percentage, the largest percentage, whichever ending has the higher percentage, and use that to build your story. So that way, it's technically kind of new.
Yeah. So how elections should actually work? So wait, is DC Universe gonna figure out how to do democracy before countries figure out?
That's funny.
Yo, that's messed up.
Yeah. But yes, I hope it doesn't connect to any other ones. I think this was an easy one for them to do because they've done it before, right?
Yo,
the whole Jason Todd thing.
Yeah. Like, man, people. I remember when I was younger, when I was first reading comic books, the thing was the three characters you could never bring back. Technically 4, but people always forget Gwen Stacy. They used to say Uncle Ben, Jason Todd, and Bucky are 3 characters they should never bring back.
No,
that's what they used to say, and and they used to say that because each of those characters' deaths essentially created the version of the heroes we know today. So obviously for Spider-Man, we know. I would say some people say that Gwen Stacy is actually the real one because Gwen Stacy is when Spider-Man realized he needed to be a hero. Everything until that point was him just reacting. Everything after that point was him being like more proactive.
Yeah. That was the first time death was close to home.
Yeah, because Uncle Ben died and that was close, but that was the moment where he's just like, oh, I should be a hero in honor of Uncle Ben. But then like Gwen Stacy was like, I should be a hero for myself now.
Yeah.
And then they said Bucky dying is the thing that really pushed Cap to be Cap because he lost his friend and he wanted to honor that friend. And then Jason Todd dying was the thing that always weighed on Bruce. Always. He didn't want sidekicks because of it. He was super standoffish and distant. He didn't trust anybody. Every time he built a team, he didn't even want to lead that team. It was just like, listen, if you guys are doing this, like the Outsiders, the original speech to the Outsiders was essentially, y'all can do this, but you could die, and that's not on me. Like, that's the type of...
He's a glutton for punishment, though, because for someone who resisted, doesn't want a team, he seems to always want to build a team. Man's got issues, man.
We've had that conversation.
Jay Gris says, why are there 3 Robins, by the way? Damien is my favorite, I might add.
Oh, there's a few more than 3.
Why there's 3 Robins.
there's a few more than 3, because there's Dick Grayson, there's Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Damien, Stephanie Brown did it for a short time. Carrie did it in The Dark Knight. And then who's the other one? Oh, and Duke Thomas did it for a short time. Technically.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that.
Black Robin.
Yeah, Black Robin. Yeah. Duke, exactly. So I wonder what's gonna happen with this comic.
Anyway, this I don't know. This will be interesting anyway. This
I hope so.
I think we were pretty tired of the way the last one ended.
Yes.
So I might stop. I think this is the beginning of me not paying attention anymore to the TCAU.
They're losing us.
Man. I'm with you, Tobi. I'm with you. You know, we're the only people that hated that movie. I don't understand it.
I remember seeing. I'm like, what are you guys? Who
the Justice League film?
You're who?
Mad people love that movie. Or like we're apparently.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great, but remember, I thought it was flawed though. Because remember when we were talking about it, I was just like, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Like, like for me, it was just like there's a whole bunch of flaws to it, but I also didn't hate it. I won't say. I just think it was very flawed storytelling for once.
It had its good moments, but. For the kind of what movie did we get before that? The last two, The Red Sun, and then there was another one. They were so good.
Yeah.
You know, they built up to this crescendo and just fell flat. Just fell flat at the end. You know,
the beat dropped and then just fell off.
You expected the beat drop, but there was not.
Oh,
the beat didn't drop. The song just stopped.
Yeah.
Someone
and
turned off the
building
sound.
Hilarious.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, I guess we have a View the Right Thing. We have a few things. I have one thing that I can go over real quick. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing about this thing. There's this new BBC series called We Hunt Together, which is coming to Showtime August 9th. I got to see the pilot episode through a Connect. I have a Connect with the BBC stuff. And
sweet.
I gotta say, We Hunt Together is a weird name for a show, and an even weirder show. I'll read
Is it vampire based?
No, not at all.
Is it supernaturally?
Not at all. It is straight up detective series with some weird dark twist. I'll read it to you. A gripping twist on a classic cat and mouse story, this British drama series explores the intoxication of sexual attraction and the dangerous power of emotional manipulation as 2 conflicted detectives track down a pair of deadly killers.
What?
Okay, so real quick, things that really
explores the intoxication of sexual attraction and the dangerous power of emotional manipulation.
Yeah, check this out. The story is that this
is like Law and Order SVU.
This girl, Freddie Lane, meets an Indian, not Indian. What am I saying? African dude named Baba, who was a child soldier, who obviously is scarred. Like, this guy has issues. She meets this dude. She's being assaulted in an alleyway, and dude comes out and busts up the dude. Like, he comes out, and as he's beating the dude, the girl's standing there, and he's about to kill the dude with a rock, and the girl stops him and says, "Nah, it's cool. Don't do it." So he's just like, "You sure?" And he's like, "No, don't kill him." Now the cops come, ambulance comes, takes the guy away. The guy's unconscious. The cops are like asking her questions. The girl's just like, "No, it's okay. I'm going to stay behind." The girl goes, sees the guy that just did it in the club, tells him to come outside and asks him to dance with her. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where the most manipulative, insane white woman preying on a broken black man thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Lord.
I have seen this trope done time and time and time and time again. And
have you?
This British one is messed up. This girl gets this guy to kill somebody. Like, there's some crazy shit going on. And then the thing I find interesting, the way they flip it is the other side on the detective inspector, the DI, whatever, as they say in the UK. The black dude's in charge, and the white girl is his partner / like, she answers to him. Like, he's above her, but he doesn't believe in hierarchy. He's trying to explain to her, like, you know, let's be teams. And she keeps trying to call him sir. And then at one point he says, stop calling me sir. That's an order. Like, he starts throwing his weight around to try and make her his equal. They have a weird relationship. They have weird interactions. The girl obviously doesn't seem comfortable. But I don't think it's that she's not comfortable with him. I think she's just not comfortable with people. Like, she seems really awkward around people. For those of you who might recognize her, the actress is Eve Miles. She plays DS Lola Franks. She was also on the what's that Doctor Who spin-off series that was Torchwood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
for the Doctor Who geeks out there. So, you know, I watched the first episode because I was just like, you know, I'll watch anything. I'll watch the first episode of anything. I watched it, and until the end, I was just like, maybe there's hope for this black dude, the African dude. But you can tell that he is fighting against his reformed nature. Like, he's gone through some shit, and he's trying not to be that person anymore. Like,
so this is on the villain side.
Yeah, on the villain side, at one point they go to the carnival together. She wants him to win her a prize. They're at like the skeet shooting one where you have to hold a gun. He was an ex child soldier. He does not want to hold the gun. You can see he's feeling uncomfortable in the situation. She finally convinces him because she's just like, I want the biggest one. Get me the biggest one. And I'm like, yo, you need to just bop her in the head with this gun instead of playing the stupid game with her because she's messing with you. So he takes the gun, and as soon as he takes the gun, they start cutting to him having flashbacks of being a child soldier and all this stuff. And then he hits the targets as if he's just like disassociated, and the gun is just an extension of him. And you're like, yo, this is some scary shit. I don't like the fact that this dude is black and looks mad aggressive and looks how easy he can fall back into his aggression. They are depicting this black man as a full-on monster that this white girl seems to have on a leash, and that's in the first episode, and I feel mad uncomfortable with it.
Isn't that the point though?
Yes, and
because that you see the contrast between the good and the evil.
But that's the thing. The good, the good then has a scene where the guy, which this is, and I agree with you. Everything up until that point, I was just like, okay, I get it, because the black guy on the good side is this really soft-spoken, very intelligent detective. He comes in, he's decidedly would like things to work better together, and he's all proper and all that shit. And then homeboy wants to try and explain to his partner, like, listen, I'm not perfect. She's like, what do you mean? And then he tells her a story about one time where he raged out and destroyed a full room, and he brings her to the garage and he shows her everything's a mess, and she's like, what is this? He's just like, I couldn't find the keys one day and I destroyed this room because I was angry. And I'm like, why are you doubling down on black anger like this? I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and that sounds like a pointless thing to me.
Oh dude, it was. I remember I was watching that scene and I was thinking, this is the stupidest thing. I don't see him do this. He's just saying this means nothing to me. That garage looks like any other garage when someone just doesn't tidy up.
Should have been left on a cutting room floor scene.
Everything you're saying, facts. I was watching that scene thinking, this is the stupidest way to explain to someone that you're not perfect. Hey, look how I broke things. That just looks like you threw things around the room 5 minutes before you came to get her. I was so annoyed with that scene. I was like, yo, you guys are not even trying to make this a good episode. And that was the pilot. And that's that. So I'm going to continue watching because I've had, like I've said in the past, the pilot episode of a show is always just what they show to the network to try and get it. The second episode is usually kind of a repeat, and the third episode is where you get into it. The only difference is in the UK, because they don't have as many episodes, usually they show it's like the pilot and the second episode kind of jump ahead really quick. So I'm hoping that the second episode is better, because I got to tell you guys, I'm not telling people not to watch the show. It launches on August 9th. I want people to make their own opinions, but I'm not confident in it. And usually the Brits bring their A game. So this is one of the first times that I'm like, this isn't good. I haven't watched a British show in a minute and thought I'm not impressed with this.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I have either. So
especially with it's two black leads. That's the other thing. Like, I know it doesn't have to be a whole race thing, but when you're, right now with everything going on, we're talking about representation. Don't give me this.
Why this show?
Yeah, like, we want representation, and then you give me this British show where the two black leads are both either hugely manipulated or weirdly, like, almost on the spectrum with how they act about their emotional state with regards to their partner. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're trying to do. I don't know what you're trying to depict here. So
yeah, I'm gonna skip this one for sure.
Sounds like a skip.
100%.
Sorry, people, I tried.
No, that's fine. I don't think I've really watched. I've been just trying to keep up with the shows I am watching versus what I normally do was like show skip.
Right.
Okay.
I'm trying to see one show through to the end, and I think I might stop at the end of season 2 of The Protector.
Oh no, really?
It's I see where it's going. It's fun. I still recommend watching it, but I think I'm gonna take my time and put it to something, something else after the second season.
Yeah.
It became a little too campy for me, but for a lot of people, it might be the right level of campy and lightheartedness.
Damn, I was so excited after everything you said about it in the last episode.
I guarantee you'll still like it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But because there are other shows, like, for example, I told you about The Leftovers. I have like shows that I've always wanted to watch, but just never had time to. They require like sitting down and brain power. I want to do that and maybe go back to The Protector some other time.
Okay.
We have a lot of time, but not enough at the same time. Gotta find ways. And I do not watch things at 1.75.
Guys, join me. I've been rewatching episodes of Law and Order, the original Law and Order, at 1.75 because I'm like, I've seen these already. I just need to I just want something in the background and it is wonderful. Some of the dude, the thing they do between scenes, that dun 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 dun. That at 1.75 is so weird because it's like by the time it starts, it's already done. It's like
terrible.
That's crazy, dude. That's insane.
Terrible.
It's great, man. Watching so much TV.
You're okay. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I wanted to watch? How to sell drugs online.
Oh, how to sell drugs fast or something? Online fast?
Yeah, online fast.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of start that before today's show, but I didn't get a chance. So
that's
on my list too.
What?
No, it's a Netflix series. But it's obviously from another country, France, maybe Belgium. It's
German.
German? Is it German? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
And it's about this dude who decides he wants to start selling drugs. So he buys the drugs wholesale from a dealer. He wants to start,
hold on, before you continue.
Oh, sorry.
The reason he wants to start selling drugs is to win back the love of his life.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, continue.
Yeah.
No, I'm just basing this off the trailer. I didn't see the first season. So,
okay.
Yeah, if you've actually seen it, please fill the people in.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but I know that's why he's going into it.
Gotcha.
So, but I don't know what the story, I don't know the story around it. But I'm like, wait, you want to start selling drugs to win back a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Like, what's really in this? And it's a comedy, right?
It's pseudo, because in that trailer shows you some dark ass scenes, like when the drug dealer shows up and he's just like, where's the money? And he's just like, and then I think they say like something like, well, one of you's gonna have to die, and I was like, wait, what is happening? Like that shit escalates fast.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll give it a chance. German TV shows have been actually, honestly, international shows. Netflix has been a pretty good resource.
Netflix is smart because
really been pretty good at introducing different cultures and having these pretty good shows that, like Dark, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched that.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you finish the whole series?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, I finished it,
yeah. No, I didn't yet. Another one that's good on Netflix right now, since we're giving recommendations. Indian Matchmaking.
Oh, okay. I've been.
No, but that's dope.
Hit us, Skinny. Hit us, yeah. Because I've been wanting to watch that for a minute, and it's kind of this weird thing of because we have like I don't know about you guys, but I know someone that ended up doing it. I know someone whose family was in the middle of doing it. So I'm interested. I mean, hell, I was a victim of one of them, right? Like I was dating a girl our relationship ended up ending because her parents did find her a guy in Russia that she got married to, and her and I broke up in like August, and she got engaged in December, and then got married.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's that quick. I
Yeah.
have a couple friends who, and no, I'm not knocking it at all, because if it works for you, and he seemed pretty happy with it, and I'm sure she looked pretty happy with it too. So I don't know. Like I think with the time, it's changed into less of an arranged thing and more as a like, hey, we found you someone.
Yeah.
We think, are you in? Like still within the culture, but there is an air of like, just try it, like give it a shot. If it doesn't work for you, then okay.
Hell, I know a lot of people.
And the experience of the people that I've spoken to, I'm sure some people don't have a choice, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I would dare say that there are some people, and again, we're three, descents
of
African, 2 Caribbean, 1 descent African. So we're not Indian. We are saying this purely from our relationships with people of South Asian communities. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. But I have friends that have told me that at this point, based on how dating has become, the first episode of this season, we talked about, all the dating apps and social media. Dating has essentially turned into a game. I know people in the South Asian community who've said they would prefer to go the matchmaker route now because they would have a better chance of meeting someone of quality than if they tried to go through the social media app game.
100%.
Yeah.
Indians have been, like, matchmaking has been doing it right before the online thing started.
Yeah.
True. Original Tinder.
Yeah. Okay, Skinny, fill us in on the show though. Like, what's it like? What's the story? Are they crazy stories or is it?
Okay. Well, you'd really have to watch it because they really just have like different characters that they try, like that one guru tries to match up with people. So they follow this one girl whose mother's a really big influence on her life, and she's a lawyer. Personally, I feel like she's miserable, but that's like, you have to kind of judge that for yourself. And then they kind of just show you the dates that they go on. Sometimes they last more than 1 or 2 dates, and then for whatever reason, like some will break up. I think one couple within the show got actually engaged. It's only about 6 or 7 episodes, so it's really, really quick, and it follows about 3 people, like, mainly. But it's a good quick watch.
Okay. How many episodes is it?
Tobi, it was like what, 8?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
It was short. Like, you wanted more, it was done.
Yeah, you know me. I watched an episode and I'll probably watch another later.
Oh, okay.
I've only watched 1 so far.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because a lot of my brown friends would tell me about like bio data and like being able to see someone's sort of history, but like just being able to see
what's bio
someone's credential is what they call. Okay, hold on. Before I speak, you gotta fucking turn here.
But wait, they get like a profile on the person?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Yep. It's a thing. They got a profile, everything, date of birth. I don't know, as much information as they can put on there. It's like it's literally a resume.
Holy shit. I mean, I guess because nowadays they meet, but back in the day, sometimes they didn't meet, right? That was part of it.
I guess, but that's definitely arranged. Like you have no choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
When we're talking about that portion, but I think this is a bit more modern in its take, but it's still got those like. So the one I watched, there's definitely instances of like misogyny and colorism, right? Even within Indian culture, so you see those things come out in the kind of people they go for and the reasons and stuff like that. So I'm sure the show's panned for that reason.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's more than likely forcing introspection on some level as well, right? It's exposing like, hey, this is already happening anyway. We're just showing it to you.
Yeah.
Right. And it's up to the public and the people watching it who either are in the culture or not to go, hey, I'm down with this or I'm not. Is it a good thing or it's not? It's actually, again, discussion is the biggest thing. We've all been living in ignorance for too long.
Yeah.
So just being open to how different things function elsewhere is a great way to actually start finding common ground amongst each other. Right?
Plus, one of the things that I admire about this whole process is the idea of like community. Like there's a community.
Yeah.
Like, you're marrying into the community. You're already part of the same community. Like if we did that in North America where it's like, oh, well, people who, I mean, let's be honest, the Upper West Side of New York, and you know, along Central Park, some of those families, that's essentially arranged, right? Like the parents have this tax bracket and those parents have that tax bracket, and they're all going around introducing their kids early on and trying to spark some interest. Funny enough, because I say that because one of the Law and Order episodes covered that exact thing, where, you know, one of the guys was one of the girls that ends up dead. You find out she was like dating this guy who lived on Avenue C in New York and Lower Manhattan, but she's an Upper West Side girl, and in the end you find out that it's the Upper West Side guy whose family had lost all its money who had actually killed her, even though everyone thought it was the low.
Yeah, see, that's, it just comes down to the person, right?
Yeah,
regardless of class, age, set, like it just comes down to each person is different. You just have to know that person's character, and the person you see in front of you, no matter where they're from, could be evil or good.
Yeah,
like, why are we associating characteristics with
class?
Yeah, you know
because,
what I mean?
We know why. Because the rich write this, the victors write the story. Who are the victors? The people with the most money. That's what it is now. It has nothing to do, and they're not even the victors. History, you can't erase history anymore. The internet will keep everything that the rich and the police have done from now until eternity, unless they become so rich that they erase the internet, which which is crazy. But who knows? Maybe they will do that.
Yep.
One day there'll just be an internet blackout, and everything we have saved will just disappear, and all of a sudden we'll have to start from scratch trying to keep history again.
Until the lion learns to tell his tale, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter.
That's some deep shit. You said that the other day, right? Was it you who wrote that the other day? Yeah, okay.
It was. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Because it's facts. Everything you just said, it's exactly that. If we're not, but social media is allowing the lion to tell the story.
Yeah.
Which is what's great about it.
It's funny that you say that too, because it makes me think legit of the lion. Like, remember that hunter dentist guy who lost his whole practice?
I just see a lion walking up to the laptop, puts his glasses on.
Hello.
Oh man, that dude got his life destroyed by that lion. That Yelp review did not do well, sir. Dentist came to do my teeth in the jungle. 1 star. Shot me with a shotgun. You know, like, fuck.
That's great.
We have a whole bunch of geek news and it didn't play. Geek news and rumors.
Yeah.
Tobi, I'll let you lead because you put. One of the first ones I'll say is black sitcoms. A whole bunch of black sitcoms are coming to Netflix. Netflix US, I should say. Hopefully they get some licensing deals in Canada going, because it would be pretty dope to see some of these. Moesha comes August 1st. The Game August 15th. With Sister arriving September 1st. Girlfriends is launching September 11th to mark the 20th anniversary of the premiere. The Parkers and Half and Half and One on One will also come in October.
Is it wild that those weren't there before?
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know that supposedly, because I watched the video. I don't know if you guys saw the video that's been going around a little bit on YouTube and on Instagram, where they got the stars of all these shows to do a little snippet and say what's like their thoughts on it. But a whole bunch of them were saying, you know, strong black leads, which is one of the Instagram hashtag collectives from Netflix. It's like a division of Netflix that focuses on black content. They were saying that they've had requests for these shows to be on Netflix for years, supposedly, like regularly getting requests for all of these shows. So people are really excited, and all the shows are being added. And I'm sure and Netflix is smart, right? Because all like Peacock, HBO Max, all those guys are launching all these great new apps and all these great new shows. But did any of y'all think of the black community?
Didn't happen at all.
None of them. Like, everyone's talking about The Office, Friends, blah, 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 blah,
That's
blah.
so true.
And then in the
Once
States,
I see Baby's Kids on Netflix, I'm happy.
The black community in the States has sway. We've seen what Black Twitter can do. We've seen what the Black Lives movement can be. We've seen that the Black community in the States has sway. They have power. We have money. We are making moves. And all of these streaming apps are going out there making all this wonderful content for everybody, but not a one of them has any of these Black shows being pitched and making as much money as, oh, Seinfeld signed a something $1 million deal to be streamed on this platform. Friends signed over here. What? And why did none of the Black shows get any love? Where's the Martins? Where's the, you know? The only show you guys talk about is Fresh Prince. Listen, I got nothing against Willard, but that motherfucker's not the only Black man on TV. Okay? Fucking.
I like that you're calling Willard now.
I didn't even know, man. Like I said.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm glad those shows are on. Like, how could you have people remember something when they're not able to access it?
Right.
So I'm just glad that it won't just disappear and get lost in the ether.
And I want Malcolm and Eddie. I want, like, there's a whole bunch of other Black shows that I would love to.
Man, the Jamie Foxx show should ever be on Netflix.
City Guys.
All of those.
That should be on Netflix.
All of those.
You know?
All of those should be added.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
Well, that one should probably, if anything, I would love to see it on Netflix. But if not, Disney, ABC, that was one of your shows.
Is it on Disney? It's probably on Disney Plus.
My Wife and Kids.
I hope so. Yeah, all of those. I hope they already are on Disney Plus.
You
know what? Oh, that's true. You should just do some research. Just friggin' pull up a list of Black shows and their platform and see if they're even on there at all. Just to see if it's. But
like, we joke, but I feel like the conversation would have been had if they were. Like, I feel like we would know, because I'm telling you, you know, if My Wife and Kids was on streaming somewhere, or Martin was streaming somewhere, or the Hughleys, Bernie Mac show, all of those shows. Dude, Bernie Mac show ends up anywhere, we're all gone for a month binging
That's
that.
Crazy.
I love that
Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh my God.
You also watch, but
wait, Everybody Hates Chris is on Peacock, though. I'll give them that.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
A lot of Fox shows aren't on Netflix, though.
No. Well, they should
Family
be on...
Matters. Is Family Matters anywhere?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Jeez. Talk about a show that had such a huge impact that's just not talked about these days.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man,
Different World isn't anywhere.
Yeah. This is the one time we need Jawz D, because we're naming all his faves.
I posted this for him.
I know, right?
I know how much he loves all these shows.
Oh shit!
Man, come save us.
Okay, hit us, Tobes. What else do we got?
All right, so Watchmen and The Mandalorian all got a ton of Emmy nods.
Holy
I think
shit,
deservedly so.
Yeah.
But Watchmen got 26 and Mandalorian got 15.
God damn, that's huge.
That's massive considering the content of both.
Yeah.
And I actually think Mandalorian was, in terms of visually pleasing, aesthetically, was far better.
Yeah.
Than Watchmen, but the content of the show, and I guess that's what won it for Watchmen, regardless of cast. I mean, this is huge for a show like this to get this many nods over a Star Wars show. Is what I'm trying to point out here.
This is pretty crazy.
You guys like Watchmen?
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
It sucks that HBO reclassified it, but I guess that was a smart move because they had less competition.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was originally a series, and then they changed it to limited series because they decided they're not going to do a sequel. Well, the director had said he's not. The director was just like, I'm not coming back.
No, I'm done.
Yeah. And then,
but they don't need to tell the same story. They can tell multiple standalone stories.
Drop the mic
within this universe.
He really did. Man.
Umbrella Academy season 2, which comes out on Friday, is already going to a near perfect score for season 2.
Oh fuck, man! I'm so excited. I really want to watch it this weekend, but my partner's working, so I can't, and I have to wait till Monday, the earliest Monday evening, and it's killing me. But I'm like, okay,
that sucks.
I mean, she's working, so I get it. It's like there's nothing we can do about it.
But you have to wait.
I know, yeah. Because I want to watch. I do. I want to watch it with her because her and I genuinely loved season 1. Like, we really both enjoyed it. Her and I, because you guys know my partner. She's also a huge geek. You know, she's the bigger Doctor Who fan than I am. So whenever there's certain shows that she says she genuinely wants to watch, I'm down to watch them with her. I don't want to like, because you know the other thing is I would binge race that. I would sit and watch like 7 episodes and then whatever is left the next day. Easy without question. Her and I just did that for a show the other day. What show did we watch? Corporate, the Comedy Central series.
Right.
Okay.
Season 3 just launched, and we hadn't watched season 2. We watched all of season 2 in one sitting.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's sitcom, so 20-minute episodes, but still.
Oh, that's quick. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you guys were there all day then.
No.
That was the kid. I didn't want to say anything further than,
sometimes
but
I
I'm
try.
pumped to see season 2. I actually forget how season 1 ended, so I'm gonna need a little recap.
Do you want me to say it, or you're gonna look it up?
No, I'll just wait for Netflix. Netflix usually holds it down.
True.
When it comes to, they do the I actually watched the whole recap. They do really good recap.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
The only show where the recap didn't work was Dark.
Yes.
Because I had
coming back to season 2.
Yes.
And seeing the recap in season, I was like, what?
Yes.
When did that? Wait,
Yeah,
how?
dude.
I had to go back.
Yes. Dude, 100. My partner and I ended up rewatching season 1 because we tried to watch the recap, couldn't do it, and then just said fuck it and just rewatched the whole season.
I went back to episode 3 of season 1 and started from there.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we were too confused.
That's hilarious.
Sticking to Netflix, Witcher.
Yep.
Has a prequel coming.
Yeah.
Already after the first season of this universe has come out. Is it too soon?
I still haven't watched it.
I don't think so. I saw that you wrote "Is it too soon?" and I was thinking like, why? Strike while the iron's hot, man. Like the Witcher franchise, because that's the other thing, right? Witcher, the franchise that we're seeing on Netflix, is not based on the game. Is based on the book series.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's based on the book series, not the game. So as much as people like to see things and like link it to the game and whatnot, this is based on the original books. And if there's prequels to the book, well, I mean, they're already written. Why not just like, this is one of those IPs where if you have it and you have the money to make shows, why wait? I mean, strike while the iron's hot.
You're right.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. And at the end of the day, you can also, I mean, this is not a bad idea to create a universe within your little platform too, of your own. You're right. And it's all about execution at this point, I think.
And then if you have any characters that are like immortal or something, they show up on the other show. You just have people crossing over. Yo, man, there's so much opportunity.
Which is why I compared it to The Walking Dead, because a few seasons into The Walking Dead, they started Fear the Walking Dead, which was sort of like a prequel.
Yeah.
To kind of show you life, because we kind of, when we jump into The Walking Dead, the zombie apocalypse already started. Yeah. So the Fear the Walking Dead kind of like shows you how some people in a different part of LA were living before this whole thing went down, and you kind of get to go on that journey we didn't get to go on with
Rick and
Rick. There you go. I was gonna call him Carl for a second. Carl. So yeah, I'm actually I'm pumped for it. I kind of like The Witcher.
Yeah, I did too.
Certain things were a little shaky for me.
Okay.
I didn't like their dragon designs. That threw me off a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
It was cool, but it could have been better. Some of the story was a little slow. Anyway, don't want to get too into it, but I think I'm excited for this too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see here. Tenet.
Yes.
Okay. So we've been talking about Tenet for like 3 months. If it's ever gonna see a release this year or not.
Nolan hates us.
So I think pushed 3 times now.
Yeah. July, beginning of August.
It's gonna release. Yeah, they're saying it's gonna release internationally in August. August 20. Let me see what the date is here. August 26th, and then it'll open in select theaters in the U.S. over Labor Day weekend, September 3rd. So, first question, is it a good idea?
No.
And before you go into that, I want to let you know that the reason they're releasing it internationally first is because Train to Busan had a sequel.
Yeah.
Peninsula that's actually been in theaters since July 15th and is doing well.
It's in theaters?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm excited for that sequel.
Yeah. So me too. I was actually gonna look it up afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so off the success of that,
Damn it.
I think it made 20 million in Korea
it.
since this 1 week release.
I'm so mad that it's doing well because that it led to them doing this. I'm so mad.
Exactly.
That is so aggravating.
They're still waiting for the go ahead in the biggest market, China.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of issues there.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to play movies that are longer than 2 hours in China.
Oh, interesting.
That's the quota they've set, and there's a bunch of rules, and that was one of them. And obviously, this movie is more than likely more than 2 hours.
Nolan, of course.
I think it's 2.5 from what I last saw. So anyway,
I mean,
A, is it a good idea?
B,
are you pumped for Train to Busan sequel? Because I am.
Yes.
And take it from there.
Yeah, I Tenet, again, very excited for the movie. Nolan has not let us wrong at all so far in his films. The one movie I haven't seen was not Tenet. Nolan hasn't let us wrong in any of his films. I haven't seen the 1917, I think is the one, the most recent war one. Only because I'm not into war films, but everyone tells me it is not like the other films. It's not just a war film. It's really well shot. I should definitely see it. It's worth watching.
It's more about the cinematography. And
that's what everyone.
Yeah, that's it.
Everyone's always telling me that, so I'm definitely very much considering, because I'm just like, I love his movies. So especially Inception was such a great movie, and people keep hinting that like this is kind of the same world. This is kind of the same world. So I'm there. I'm ready, but I'm not gonna risk my health. I can't. And I'm sorry. I love going to the theater. At one point my scene point card was so high, they were begging me to come to the movies. And I was telling them, like, every time I'd get the movie, like, you have 3,800 points. Please use some of them. I'd be like, guys, I'm saving it for a cold, rainy day where I can just spend and just come in and hang out in a theater all day. I don't know, but I'm down. So
that's crazy. I mean, for a movie that's been delayed that many times, because Nolan is a purist, right? He loves to support theaters. I think you were the one who mentioned that to me again recently.
I respect it too. I respect that. I'm not mad at him for it.
But honestly, I'm okay with. So we just saw the deal. I don't know if you put it on our list, but we just saw a deal go down between Universal and AMC.
Oh,
Universal can release a movie in theaters for 3 weeks, and then after those 3 weeks, instead of the normal 3-month period, they can now release it onto VOD or anything else they want, any other sort of platform they want to put it on, or release it on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it is after those 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So what I think should happen here with Tenet is something along the same lines of, let's restrict how long it's out in select theaters for. Make your money you're going to make in those 3 weeks and not put people more at risk.
Facts.
And then put it in your living room.
100%. Everything you're saying, 100% agree. That is probably the safest way to do it, because you will make the money, like you said. I mean, if Peninsula can make 20 million with a limited release in only the Asian market.
In Korea, actually, only, by the way.
Dude, then they will definitely be able to. Tenet will make the money. Do it. You're right.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I will pay. I'm not gonna use my sources. I will pay to watch Tenet.
I would too. This is a movie I would pay for.
Yeah.
There aren't that many quality directors and movies and stories and original stories at that out there.
Yeah.
So I will support the original stories. I always have.
Dude,
I
might hook up the extra speakers to my surround sound system.
How much would you pay? Up to what are you guys willing to pay?
I pay 20.
Okay, yeah. I'm about 20. 25.
Yes, okay. I was going to say 25 to 30, but 25 is a good balance.
Pay-per-view type shit. Yeah, not 230,
exactly.
not 30, 40.
Yeah.
It's $9.99. That's all you get from me.
Yeah, man.
But I had this fear that if it's released internationally first and like in select theaters, that it will leak.
100%. Come on now, Tobi. When you say fear, you mean factually expect a bootleg
based in reality.
Absolutely,
yes. Dude, at one point, I remember at one point Canada was getting movies after all the other countries because they figured out, they started tracing some of the bootlegs back to Montreal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't doubt it,
dude.
Man. Montreal is low key, like black market heavy.
Have you guys ever noticed on some of the sources the global logo all over?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Easy.
on everything. Arrow, Flash, everything.
Yes.
It's always like
If you guys are in
ETV.
the States and you watch any of the sources that we may also use on occasion, and you notice a logo in the bottom that says Global, that's a Canadian channel. I'm just letting y'all know because you guys don't know. You guys are like, what's Global? I don't care.
Yo, you remember when Global popped up?
Yo, they took over. They killed CTV that first.
You remember the day Global popped up and you were just like, what?
Yeah,
Yo,
what is this?
Global went from fuzzy trying to get it to show up on my antenna to I clicked to channel 3 and it's there.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
took up everything. It switched channel 3 from channel 3.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 3 was 21. Nobody
Yes, I remember.
Nothing made sense.
CBS used to be channel 3 and then got popped over to 21, and Global ended up taking channel 3, and we were all like, what is happening?
NBC used to be channel 16 and then they switched it.
Channel 3 used to matter back then too, right? Channel 3 was the video game channel. So no matter what, you have to come back to Global. They made you come back.
ABC was channel 22, right? It was 22. Yeah.
ABC was always channel 22 and never changed. YTV,
I think NBC 23.
Oh yeah, moved. Yeah.
PBS 24.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
YTV was 18.
And then it got moved to 28, and then Much Music was like 27. No, Much Music was 30.
35, yes.
Musiqueplus
was 30.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jesus. Okay,
See,
that was
30,
a straight
32
up.
Was 32.
That's a
32 was space.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was gonna say space. That's yo. If you guys are listening to this right now, this is straight up Montreal TV channel geeking out right now. Like y'all don't know. Y'all don't know these channels.
What channel made a jump from 44 to 46 though?
Fox.
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't play, Toby.
Don't play. Actually, it went from 46 to 44.
Yeah, it wasn't backwards the other way around.
I love that. I love that you tested us, 49. And we both got it immediately.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
And channel 13 was always CBC.
They couldn't fuck with CBC. They couldn't fuck with CBC and CTV.
Yeah, channel 11.
11 and 13.
Yeah, 11 and 13 never changed.
Day one.
And notice how we're not mentioning any of the French channels.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not doing that.
And then wait. TQS was 5, right? I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
It became 16.
Oh shit. That's amazing. Man.
That's great.
Good times.
So like years afterwards, my dad would be like, "Yo, put it on the news. Put it on channel 3." I'm like, "Yo, Dad, that's not CBS."
Yeah.
10 years, man.
Speaking of platforms and watching things on them.
Yeah.
Your favorite one?
I got things to say. Kevin
Hart.
I got shit to say.
And John Travolta enough to save Quibi right now?
No. No. I'm looking at y'all
so Kevin
straight
Hart,
in the
for
camera.
those listening, has a show on Quibi called Die Hart.
Oof.
Literally Die Hard, but Die Hart with his last name. And he plays a exaggerated, as he normally plays, a fictionalized version of himself.
Seriously.
On a quest to land an action movie role of a lifetime. So he's playing himself as himself, trying to get a role for himself.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like him and John Travolta. John Travolta's probably looks like a stuntman or some kind of like teaches you how to weapon wield, whatever it is.
Did you watch the first episode?
Hart, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it yet.
I watched the first episode. I watched it. It's not good. It's not good. It's the same usual Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart but not being Kevin Hart thing. It's the exact. Do you know what the coolest?
Is it funny? Is it?
Well, it was the first. Remember, Quibi's only 11-minute episodes. So, and I only saw the first episode. Oh my god,
I forgot.
Yeah. So it's 11 minutes. You don't get anything. The only cool thing about it is Big Wolf on Campus homeboy is in it. The star from Big Wolf on Campus plays his manager. I started watching it and I was just like, "Hey yo, where's this kid from?" And I started picturing him at Abbott. And I was just like, wait, did he go to Abbott with me? And I was like, no, he was on the show that was filmed at Abbott. And that's when I looked it up. It was Big Wolf on Campus.
That is cool. I forgot about that show.
So
that show was hard.
Yeah, man, that show was fun. And it was cool because we went to Abbott. So you like walk around campus and then you're like, oh, they filmed this here and like that there. And it's like, that's kind of cool.
How I felt about Blue Mountain State was the same at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not good. There's this Jean Reno, the actor, plays the French, or plays a director. I don't know if he's French.
He's huge now, eh?
No, are you talking about Depardieu?
Is it? No, I'm talking about the guy who played
in The Professional.
Yeah.
Okay,
Leon?
I mean, he did gain weight, but he's not huge. Like, we're not talking DMX. I'm not trying to be mean DMX, but DMX is the scale of someone who went from very slim. Like, DMX went from skinny to fit to skinny again. Like when he got out.
But I think this look we're seeing from him now is usually what you see from people who are recovering from something and just kind of like your body purging, and the weight gain is something that happens because you start to replace it. You saw he was drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
He's replacing it with like sugar. He's eating a lot of sugar and stuff right now.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
But sorry. So Jean Reno is like a director. He's like making a film. Kevin Hart's character wants to be in that film, like you said, the action film. So Reno's just like, but you're not an action star. So he challenges him. He's just like, okay, if you're an action star, I want you to go up onto the roof of that building, and I want you to go and jump across to the action star Kevin Hart on the other side. Like this is Kevin Hart, the comedian, and you're gonna jump across that bridge, that building. From one building to the other, over the alleyway, and you're going to turn into Kevin Hart action. So Kevin Hart goes up, tries to do the jump, almost dies, catches the ledge, and starts screaming, help. And then the people are filming him, and the girl goes, oh, my God. He's reenacting when he was playing the guy from Ride Along, and he was hanging from the roof. That's so funny. And the audience starts laughing because they think he's doing it on purpose, and he's screaming, get me down. And it's just stuff like that. And then the first episode, I don't want to... I'll spoil the ending. I don't give a fuck. The first episode...
This sounds like cheap laughs.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The first episode ends with him walking in on John Travolta, like, doing a scene with two guys. At least you think it's a scene. And then one of the guys turns around and just baps him in the head with a baseball bat. And then that's how it ends. That's it. Right. Yeah, exactly. You know how you guys just went silent and was like, what? That's how I felt when I watched it. I was like, what?
I expected more. I expected more from Kevin. I guess with this one, but it also seems like Quibi came with the bag and he said, "All right,
Quibi came with the bag for everyone, and then realized that their coffer was empty, and now they're like, oops."
They didn't hold them to any sort of standards in terms of acting on any of these shows.
Nope.
Man, that sucks.
Dude, and their numbers were low. They said the retention.
Forgot about the 11-minute episode thing. Literally until now.
Yeah, man. It's an 11-minute episode or 10 because the source where I watched it had an ad in the middle for some odd reason. But yeah, it was so bad. So that's my 2 cents, man. Don't do it.
Yeah, and the last thing on the list, Arch Enemy.
Yeah,
with Joe Manganiello.
I think you said it perfectly that time.
Okay. So he plays a character called Max Fist, who claims to be a hero from another dimension, who fell through time and space to Earth, where he has no powers now. And no one believes the story, obviously, except for this one kid called Hamster for some reason. I don't know why. The kid's name is Hamster.
Kid named Hamster.
And I think, again, cool, interesting new take on something we already know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That sounds mad.
And the trailer looks sick. It looks like it's shot pretty well too.
Yeah.
I don't remember what platform this will be on.
Yeah,
I guess it's 2021, right? So
I don't know because it says Legion M. It looks like an independent thing.
Yeah.
Introducing the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. Legion M works with Hollywood creators to bring boldly original TV and VR content to the market. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah.
So hold on, I'll post. I've been posting everything we've been talking about in the streaming. I'll post this there as well, so people can see it.
I think I'm down for it. I'm excited for it. I mean, he's great in action. I think the thing I found the coolest was that when he's shirtless, he's not the same Magic Mike fit like he used to be.
Who?
Joe. In the trailer,
yeah,
he looks like a strong man. You know how the strong men have muscle, but they also have like fat over it. Yeah. Not like I'm not talking like the strong mans who have like the barrel stomachs, like those guts where I'm like, I don't understand what's happening to your body, but he looks a little stockier, and I was just like, okay, like I don't feel I like the idea that there's a superhero from an alternate reality who's not chiseled like our standard Superman.
So this is why I like the Protector though.
Oh, yes.
The main guy isn't like super chiseled 10-8 pack.
Yeah.
He's just a big guy who does push-ups and works out once in a while, but he's not like super. So are we moving away?
I'm down for moving away. I think
right.
I know we joked on Thor a bit because that was obviously a drastic.
That was exaggerated.
Yeah. But I mean, if you had Thor turn into, instead of a beer gut, he turned into like a strongman, like a strongman competition type body type, I wouldn't be mad at that depiction of a hero. Or even if you just had someone who had a bit of a dad bod, because like not every hero has to look like, you know, Momoa and
it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to look like that for something you're gonna film for 2 to 3 months, and it may not be already a part of your life. You know, it's a lot of work.
And you know what really sucks about it? And obviously you got paid a lot to do it, but it sucks that because you do that one movie looking that one way, you will forever be compared to looking like that. Like, what's his name from Gladiator? Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe.
Yo, dude, they've been hating on that man's body ever since. Every chance they get to put a side by side of him from Gladiator to now, they just make fun of this dude. And I'm like, why are y'all acting like this? He's not trying to look like the dude from Gladiator anymore. Also, Gladiator was like, what, 15 years ago? Like, why are you?
Yeah, he was way young, you know. Like, he got time to work out. Maybe life changes, people's priorities change. You shouldn't shame them for the way they choose to live after. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
I'm for it. I'm actually for that not being. We talked about standards and how people are forced to look a certain way because of what they see on a daily basis. And if you could normalize normal, we're off to a good, you know. So I like the approach on The Protector, and I like the approach in this movie as well.
And you know what the crazy thing is, super quick, I think one of the things that will help is if you start giving people realistic expectations of what a hero or icons can look like, that looks like something they could actually achieve, as opposed to something that seems impossible to achieve, people might actually want to aim for that more. Like, I'm not the healthiest guy. And I'm not the fittest guy, but when I look at stuff like, you know, Titan games and you see all those super muscular guys, and I'm just like, oh, I'll never be that. But then you have that, but then you see homeboy that's crunchy strong. I don't know who that guy is who won on the East Coast, but that guy looks like me if he just ate better. And this dude,
wait, who?
I don't know his name, but there's a dude on Titan games who won the East Coast. He's from the South in the States. He was the Titan for the last 2 weeks that I saw. I don't know if he's still the Titan, but his whole catchphrase is country strong. He is not fit. He does not look like a built guy. He just looks thick. He doesn't look muscular. He just looks thick, but he beat everybody else. And every time I look at that, I'm just like, that inspires me, because I'm like, man, if I could just at least look like that, or at least get closer to that, because that seems achievable to me.
Dude. It's all achievable. The look that we're used to is all diet.
Yeah.
You can lift weights, you can work out.
I don't want to be The Rock
as well all the time. You don't need 8 to 10, 12 packs.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
No one
I do it too.
Yeah.
What's that? I do it too. I can kind of see him. Biking's been helping. So
cycling, dude, cycling's fun, and it, you know, and once you toss that helmet on, it'll be even safer.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm gonna add your country strong. Will Sutton is his name.
Yeah, Will Sutton.
I'm gonna add him to that list of normalized normal. That's good.
Because you see a picture of him, right? Would you expect this guy to have beaten everybody when you look at the pictures of the other Titans? Like, this dude mopped the floor with one of them, and I was like, what the fuck is good? Like, I remember seeing him do it, and I was like, yo, what is happening right now? Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad our perception is being flipped on its head.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that was everything I had on the list, to be honest. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, the solo sequel series on D Plus on Disney Plus. Is that, I know it was a report or a rumor. I didn't really look up any other sources. Did you?
I just looked up where the source that they cited it from. So StarWarsUnity.net is a site that seems to break Star Wars news stuff and digs deep. I only added it because I wanted a little more context about what the rumor was. Because one of the things I always notice about these sites, you know, these like geek news sites, is like they will put their own spin on geek news, where it's like this is not news anymore. It's an opinion on what the rumor is. And I'm always just like, okay, but what was the original opinion on the rumor? And did your original opinion have any facts to it? So that's the only reason I looked up Star Wars Unity.
Okay.
In the end, the Solo sequel thing is a lot of people talking, but I don't think anything is 100% confirmed. But I mean,
but we've been hearing it come up in the past few months, and the fact that Darth Maul is supposed to be more involved, and then we have this whole issue with Ray Parker.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that.
Right, Darth Maul is in Solo, and he was supposed to come back in some capacity, whether it's a sequel to the movie or a TV show, depending on which direction you choose to go. And now we have Ray Park, who's been in the news for the past week or so. His Instagram, quote unquote, hacked. Allegedly, we don't know at this point. And there was an explicit photo of him and his wife, or ex-wife. I don't remember which one right now. Where they're in some explicit sort of position, and people all of a sudden on Twitter were like, "Hey, did Ray Park's Instagram get hacked? Like this on his page?" And it got taken down pretty quickly. But we all know when you're dealing with the Disney enterprise,
you got to keep that.
You can't really afford controversies like this.
You gotta keep your shit in check, boy.
Yeah.
So I really hope it is a hack and he can prove it, or it can be proven. Because I love the character of Darth Maul.
I love it too, but
Darth Maul pretty well.
Do we need him?
No, you don't. You don't need him.
Okay, so I was gonna say unpopular opinion, but Ray Park, great guy, great, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to see him play Maul. I wouldn't mind someone maybe a little young, especially if you were doing a Maul that is around at the same time as Han Solo in a solo film.
They have another actor who, if this doesn't work out, they would actually go for. And I don't know if you've seen.
Is it?
Yeah, younger. Sam Witwer. Well, he's not younger, but he looks younger. I think he's like 40 or 40 something.
That dude, Sam Witwer, the Canadian actor.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, even him I don't want. Not to be mean. I want younger.
He probably would be fit in. He would fit.
Is he martial arts trained though? That guy? I've never.
I mean, he's been in a lot of roles where that has required some kind of stunting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, in terms of martial arts, do we really need? I guess. Yeah, but that's what made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean,
right? Which is why I still want Ray Park, right? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Or someone who has the same sort of skills as he depicted in that movie. Yeah. So it's a tough one. I don't know. But yeah.
Yo, hit us in the comments if you guys have an idea for who could play a better Maul. Who is your favorite action martial arts actor out there these days? And with all the makeup, we don't know what race Maul is, so he could be black, white, green. Yeah, you could look like anybody. So don't limit yourselves, guys. Think outside the standard classic Disney, white walls.
Yeah. What I don't want is them to rely on CG for the moves, right? Because you want that authenticity, and that's why you do want a martial artist in the role who can act.
Hell, dude.
Right? There's like the two go hand in hand.
Can act and can martial arts and parkour. Add some parkour to that shit.
Parkour.
Because the martial arts would be cool, but if you can add him like parkour fighting martial arts, that's like, oh, you know who I just thought of that could do it? Homeboy Beast from Titans.
Oh yeah,
Garfield, the kid playing Beast.
Garth, yeah, he could.
Oh really?
Dude, once the makeup's on, I don't care what they look like. Put the makeup, we're not gonna be able to tell. Honest.
You might as well use Brandon Thwait because he trains. No.
Yeah.
Nightwing.
Yeah, but have you ever seen what's his name? Ryan? I can't remember his last name now. But have you ever seen that kid? Did you see the trailer, the clip he did where he wanted to play Robin to Ben Affleck's Batman?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you ever see that? Yo, look that up.
Yeah, his little audition tape.
Yeah, dude, that audition tape is amazing. Yeah. That fighting and everything he did was badass. You now throw a bow staff in his hand and tell him it's a lightsaber on both ends. He does the same shit. It's gonna look badass.
Okay.
I'm telling you, throw the makeup on anyone with the skills and the acting chops, and you got it. I mean, if anything, don't let him do the voice though, because he sounds like a 5-year-old. But
see, Ray Park didn't do the voice either, though.
No one did the voice. He's never had a live action speaking role. I think
That's
Sam
true.
did the voice on the cartoon, but I mean, that's the thing. No one's ever done a voice for Maul live action. Maul doesn't talk in the other ones, or he says maybe one line at most.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember I don't think he actually. I think someone else did the voice.
Yeah,
100%.
There you go. Yo, man, Darth Vader never said a word. James Earl Jones took that one to the hole. There you go. Same
That's
thing.
true.
Put this little white Asian kid in the role and let him kick around with a bow staff and do all the cool little stunt martial arts and the mannerisms and the slight growl and whatever the fuck you want to do at Maul, and then toss on some sick ass voice actor. Bong, you're sold. You got yourself a Darth Maul.
Did you know Michael Jackson was almost Jar Jar Binks?
Lord.
No.
This cannot be how we end the show.
Please. I'm gonna end us with this.
Why? Michael Jackson also wanted to be
George
Xavier,
Lucas.
but that shit's crazy. Let's never.
So the reason I bring it up is because I was listening to Ahmad Best, who played Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
He was on a podcast recently, and he was talking about his experience with like George Lucas and going out to parties, and he told a story about a party he went to, and it was a Michael Jackson concert. So George Lucas was like, "I'm friends with Michael. My kids love him. We go to his concerts. Let's all go." So he brought the cast to Michael Jackson concert. At the end of the concert, someone comes and gets the cast and say, "Come behind come backstage and hang out with Michael and whatever." And Michael's talking to everyone and he's nice to everyone. And then George was introducing Ahmad now, and Ahmad goes to shake his hand, and George's like, "Oh, this is Jar Jar," to Michael. And Ahmad's like, "Okay, so we all know Michael for talking like this." But
the bass.
Once George said, "This is Jar Jar," he said, "This is the deepest voice I've ever heard out of Michael." Michael went, "Oh." And then he was so confused. It's like, why is he so cold to me? Blah, 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 blah. And then George later tells him that Michael really wanted to play Jar Jar.
Why?
So the fact, I don't know, but but remember they did a movie together back in the day that was like,
Captain Neo or
Captain EO.
Oh,
yeah.
Randomness, yeah.
Right, that was George Lucas and him. So that their friendship. So he thought but when George gave it to someone else, and then that person, he introduced him as Jar Jar. It was almost like it was it was weird. It was weird. Just hearing it made me laugh, and now I just picture Michael in my head going full black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's rumors of him doing that.
All the bass comes back to the voice. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, just thought I'd end up on that. It's funny.
Okay, I guess that's actually a fair one to end on, because that's actually pretty fun.
Bad.
That's not bad.
Willard. Episode's called The Willard.
Yes,
I'm okay with it.
And it's a picture of Will. Okay, I'm down. The Willard. Yeah, guys, that's the whole show. I think that's everything. That was a fun one.
Good.
Like I said, next week we'll be on with the crew from Geek at Con. You guys, both of you aren't here next week.
Yeah, I'm away actually on Friday, so.
But
I'll tune in.
And then the week after, I might not be here. So I'll figure out. Because I got to figure out ways that you guys can continue if I'm not here. Because I might just have to set up stuff and just not be
active.
Yeah, but that's fine. We'll set it up. But yeah, that's the whole show, guys.
Cool.
Peace.
Devin, the one show you were gonna be here, I'm not gonna get to talk to you, but some other time.
Yeah, man.
We'll be back with more episodes. Don't go anywhere, you crazy kids. Make sure to check everything out on franklinarmstrong.com. Real quick shout outs to Justin Ross. I got to do an interview with Dr. Justin Ross. If you guys want to hear some in-depth analysis of COVID from a doctor who's been working in northern Quebec and keeping an eye on things in New York, because he also lives in New York, which is a very interesting juxtaposition of like a major city versus a very secluded area. It's a really interesting conversation. And he also made me not as nervous about the vaccine, which was something that was actually a really, really good talk, because I did not want to get that vaccine. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was tipping onto the anti-vaxxer side for a second, but we had a really good conversation about it. So yeah, I really was. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the whole show. Peace.
Doses.